Hey, what's up, everybody? We are 20 days out from Endgame 2020. And yes, I am doing a 12-minute video tonight. Earlier, I put out a pretty good video. I don't think that I did enough work on that video as much as I really wanted to. I did work on it for like 2 days, really hard trying to get it out for yesterday. Actually, I'm sorry. We are 19 days out. I'm so stuck in yesterday. Yeah, today we're 19 days out because yesterday would have been 20 days out. My bad. But yeah, I was trying to get that out for the 20th, and that's, the 20 days out from Endgame 2020. But, it just, I worked as hard as I could to get the video done. But anyhow, how are you guys doing? Because I'm doing fine. I'm doing, I'm doing fine. I had somebody NPC send me a message and tell me that my videos are depressing and that I sound like I'm extremely depressed and that I should remove my channel and take it down and go live life. And I don't remember at any time in any of the videos, and I've gone back and I've watched some of the videos over and over. The only one that I think that was really more of a depressing video, and I said in the beginning of that video, I even put a warning on it, and I said that I really did not want to do that video, but I felt like I had to do it because it talked about, the end, all the different possibilities that could end things off, but I've never sat around and made videos, I don't think, that should come across as depressing. I say that, we are in Endgame 2020. It's a good possibility that this could be the end of the simulation, but I always tell people be prepared for, 2021, and if you think that this could be the end of things, it's a good time to spend as much time with your friends and family and give them all kinds of love. And I think that's all more uplifting and inspirational than saying, oh my God, the world is going to end, doom and gloom and all that and stuff. But here's what I can tell you. When somebody really looks at these messages and they feel like it's, depressing and it's all that and stuff, then for an NPC, they feel like their world is going to end. From the conclusion of all the evidence that I've looked at, man, that guy is looking crazy out there right now. From all the conclusion, from all the stuff that I have found, is that basically, like I said, you're probably in December 31st, if we are in a time loop, which, I mean, hey, did you watch the video I put out earlier today? I mean, there is 20 historical, things that I went through that were directly connected to 1972 and 2020. Historical events. We're not talking about just minor, we're talking historical things. But anyhow, and I'm going to get back to that in a minute too about facts. I don't, my message is that, hey, if we all have to wake up, if we all, or if we're in a cryostasis chamber and we're in a simulation, we're just going to wake up, doing everything all over again. And up until now, and a lot of people will say, oh man, I don't want to do all this shit all over again. I don't either, really. I mean, maybe I do too. Sometimes, there's been a lot of good stuff that I've experienced. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some real good fortune things happen for me, but I've had some serious tragedies that happened to me too as well. And I'm gonna talk about that briefly because since we're talking about somebody trying to say that I'm depressed and stuff, which is just not true at all. But for an NPC, yes, this message is to them like their world is going to end. That's it. They won't exist anymore. So it could be extremely scary and frightening. But for somebody saying, hey, look, there's all these facts that pretty much point to that we're in a simulation where there's 172 people in these cryostasis chambers. You're in there for medical reasons or whatnot, or time travel, whatever the hell you're trying to do. But you're just going to wake up again and you're going to be able to repeat this all over again. That's not really like a depressing thing. Because you don't really know what you're going to wake up to when the time comes. You got to come out anyhow. And I keep saying that as well, and try to keep it more of an uplifting message. But for an NPC, that's scary because to them, like, hey, man, you're talking about this is it for me. it's total lights out. You know, what if you come out of the simulation and now I don't exist anymore? So I can see where they would find that as a very, fearful thing, but it's definitely not for me. First of all, you guys already know when my birthday is because I said it in one video. It was November 12th, which means that I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios are fighters. This is what we're passionate. We're fighters. I truly believe in that stuff. I didn't before, but some years ago, I was like, man, that just kind of narrowed me down a lot with when I started looking into the stuff about the personality of Scorpio. And I've been a fighter my entire life. My entire life, I've had to be a fighter. And the other is that obviously, 1972 is a year of the rat, and what is it? It's survival, right? And I've always had to survive, right? And when I say I've had good fortunes, yes, I've had fortunes where I've been extremely piss poor, and I've had a good amount of money, and then piss poor again, and it's just kind of been up and down, but it's never been to the point where I was ever like wealthy and famous. It's just enough to keep me going along through this simulation to where I'm able to operate and be fine. Like when sometimes things get real bad and all of a sudden things start going my way, but I have to work to get there to those things, and I don't complain about it. But yeah, and I've also had some real bad tragedy that's happened in my life, and I'm going to get into a numbers thing here in a minute too, and I'm not hung up on numbers as much, and I'm going to, and this is the reason why I'm going to bring this up about the numbers, because I'm going to show you how easy it would be for me to get hung up on numbers, not just the year 1972 is not me fixated on a number. That's me looking at a bunch of historical things that happened during that year, and then all of a sudden realizing that, wow, that's just too many connections to just look away and not see, what's going on, not at all, to just go, oh, well, who cares? All this stuff happened then. But, it would, first of all, my son, he committed suicide when he was 21 years old. Okay. And that did affect me in some ways, like it would any parent at all that cared and loves their child. But it has not molded me into who I am right now. Period. It hasn't. It's something that I realized I just had to accept that that's just, it's these things happen, you know what I mean? And you don't want them to happen, but definitely was like the worst thing that ever happened in my life. But, you just got to accept, for me personally, I've accepted that's just, there's nothing that I could have done. There's nothing anybody can have done. It's one of those things. It was an inevitable thing. And so for the numbers wise, like he died when he was 21. Well, I was 21 years old when he was born. And then 21 years later, he committed suicide. And I was born on the 12th, and my mother is born on the 21st, and my brother, who I have no connections with at all, we never grew up together or anything like that. We don't even have the same father. We only have the same mother, and we're nothing alike. He is December 12th, exactly 1 month after me. So I get all these 1-2s, born on the 12th, 21 years old, having my son. 21 years later, he commits suicide. My mother's birthday is on November 21st. And my brother's is on the 12th. It's just like there's all these numbers, and you guys don't ever hear me talking about like that. I mean, I do these 12-minute videos, but if you watch my very first 12-minute video, it was actually supposed to be an 8-minute video. But I was talking so much, or so much I had to get out to say, that it just ended up being 12 minutes when I put the trailer in there. So I said, that's it. So yeah, if you go back and you watch the very first one, you'll hear me say that I'm going to do a quick 8-minute video. It ended up being 12 minutes. So, I'm not hung up on the numbers thing at all. Definitely not. It's just about 1972. So yeah, I also have NPC, try to tell me that, you just keep seeing things that happen with 1972 and 1972. I only talk about historical facts, things that historically have changed everything, right? Like things that are just important, not just, and there's a bunch of stuff that happened in 1972, but I only talk about the stuff that is just extremely important. And one of those things, and I want you guys to look this up right now, as soon as you get off this 12-minute video, I want you to go and look up 1972 Anthony Fauci. Like, honestly, I was like, there's no way. There is just no way that because we keep hearing about him and all this and stuff. And then just a little while ago, because of what the NPC said, and I was watching something, and then he came, they were talking about him, and I said, come on, man, there's no way. And so I put it in there. I said, I said on the thing, I said, Anthony Fauci, 1972. Go ahead and look that up. Tell me what you think. So it's only historical stuff that really is really important to look at. You know what I mean? But NPCs are going to constantly, they have to do this. This is their job. Their job is to literally attack you. They have to, if you're exposing the simulation, there's going to be NPCs that are going to attack you as best as they can to get you to shut up and to stop, because they have to protect their existence, which is counterproductive, actually, because it does the opposite, right? When you tell somebody, stop looking here, stop looking here, stop looking here, of course they're going to want to look even more. You put the big Christmas present out, and and the kid keeps looking at it, and it's like, oh man, I just want to see what's in there. Some kids will, open up the packet so they can see what's in there. When an NPC is constantly telling me to shut up and stop talking about this stuff, it's like, it's the opposite. And it actually reassures me that there's some reason why you have to do this, why you have to attack, all these facts. And that's another thing too. Whenever NPCs say things about whatever, I'm just like, hey man, you just disprove all the facts. Go ahead. Just disprove all the facts. When you can do that, then fine. Then I'll realize and I'll accept that I was wrong. And I'm okay with that too. But anyhow, guys, I just wanted to get this quick 12-minute video out to you. And you can see my crew members there on the screen. But, all right, yeah, everybody, spirits up, and we'll talk to you soon.